Feature Friday.
The freshest. Wish Bus Special! What up, people? Welcome to Feature Friday. Today is Friday, and as I just spoiled it, we're doing a Feature Friday a Wish Bus Special.
The very requested Wish Bus Special. We've certainly enjoyed a lot of their work, right? Like, we're no strangers to them. So let's dive a bit deeper. And I also want to see, like, when did it all bloody begin? I also want to know who, like, the owner is and all that stuff.
Ah, right.
I'm interested in diving deep today, really deep, because I'm sure
it was Robin Nievera.
Yes, but I don't know what year. I think it is Robin. We're gonna see him perform as well here today.
Yes, definitely on the list.
But I just thought it was fun. I do also want to mention that we're having, so there's a couple of things that are happening every Friday. Obviously, the podcast goes out every Friday, but we also do an exclusive live stream called Feature Friday Station, which if you watch it live, that's the only time you're gonna watch it.
That's right.
So, and there is some confusion, even though there's so many bloody of you tuning in, which is amazing. But there is still some confusion on the timing. It's between 1 to 4 p.m. UK time, which we live stream on a Friday.
That's right.
Sometimes we do 2 hours, 3, 1. But lately it's been really hard because we're kind of playing a lot around the weekends around London. So we haven't been able to stream as long, but we still stream. And you can request your music, you can tune in, you can speak to us and stuff like that. And it's just discovering music from all over the world.
It's good vibes. It's this, but in red
Live.
in the moment.
Yeah.
Basically.
Apart from that, there is special merchandise for the month of March, which is Velasquez's birthday month. And it looks a little like this. So these are the very requested tote bags, because you guys absolutely murdered that drop last time.
Yeah.
That's the back. And it's all star-filled like Walucha.
Somebody said, Velasquez, this is like... No, not somebody. Monica. Monica said, this is Velasquez, this is you in an aesthetic in a jumper. And I was like, ha ha ha, as if I made it.
Yeah. So yeah, this supports the podcast, and also it's really nice, actually. It's lovely stuff. So do feel free to go to featurefridaystore.com and you can get all your merchandise. Apart from that, guys, maybe I should spoil?
No, not yet. Yes.
Not yet, right?
No.
Well, anyways, that is just to do with guests. This week we'll be reviewing some albums, so do also tune in on Feature Friday Plus. We'll be reviewing some K-pop albums. Apart from that, enjoy our song.
Text you left for me outside, fall asleep just to be near you. Is it a travesty, this long day wandering? Well, I got nothing else to be near you. You're like a silhouette in my head, like a faceless imposter. So if I say this is my last time, this is my last time, what would you do? So if I would you do? So if I say this is my last time, no. Let me listen to that.
Alright, so let's start right off the beginning. Well, of the list that we have compiled together, thanks to all your wonderful suggestions. We have a good combo of like old and new and
Very
new
known,
faces.
not very known.
That's right. So we got a little combination of like different styles and different types of singing.
Hopefully you get to discover someone new with us today.
That's right. So to begin with, we're familiar name, familiar faces here. Casey Tandingan performing Walang, Hiyang, Pag-ibig.
Walang.
Walang.
Walang, Hiyang, Pag-ibig.
Hiyang,
Or Pag-ibig.
Pag-ibig.
Yeah, we actually haven't seen this, and I've always fucking wanted to.
Yeah,
So
so
let's
here
give it
we
a
are.
watch.
Big fans of this girl. Yes, girl, let's go. I freaking adore her.
Yep. You can watch the Feature Friday Plus podcast we did with her last
right.
year.
Ah, you see, she's so invested.
Consumed, bro, by
Yeah.
art.
She is art.
Akala ko'y walang hanggan, at ikaw ang aking kakahantungan.
She is art.
Namaan ng walang iyang pag-ibig.
Oh, come on.
1075.
Inuhos ko ng buong-buo at nagalos ang aking pusong di namaan.
Fuck.
Nang walang iyang pag-ibig.
You know what's funny? Because the whole scene opened with the guitar player. When the bass came in, I was like, I haven't seen a bass. This must be a track. And then, ta-da! Oh, really cool.
That's a more traditional sort of setup, you know. That makes a little sense. The guitar, the
Yeah,
acoustic guitar,
the
the bass,
bass.
and the keyboard. That's why it
Definitely.
sounds so bloody thick.
Well, I think the thickness comes from her, though. She's given the meat.
No, for
Yeah.
sure, vocally, of course. But I mean,
Yeah.
instrumentalization wise.
Yes, I
that
agree,
that
I agree.
truly, like the presence of a bass changes the whole game.
Definitely, it takes it from, a nice acoustic to, atmospheric.
Yeah.
It is really
But
cool.
she's another caliber of an artist.
Indeed. Oh.
Kahit kailan man ay handa,
Oh!
puso't isip at kaluluwa.
Oh my God.
Damdamin ay di natatansa, pagtunay na ngang di naman ka na.
Still, my favorite live performer we've ever checked out on the channel.
Yeah.
Walang iyang pag-ibig, ayoko nang umibig.
Oh, goodness.
Palagi na lang
Woohoo! Whatever that woman asks of me, I'll do. Literally. Just as that means I can continue to see her singing.
Yes, I agree. I think obviously what we're seeing here is somebody who's just not only absorbed by the song itself, but somebody who's really invested in the delivery of the song, but that goes beyond the technicalities of singing, which is really cool about her. Because right from the beginning, we've never actually seen her make eye contact with any of the musicians. She's been teletransported to a brand new dimension, and she's taken us with her in this journey that is mostly just auditory, which is so cool. Like, how often do you get to experience that from a live performance, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is that they have to completely be consumed by their art until
That's
they
right.
then become what they're trying to portray themselves. You know, just her case.
It's very James Bondish, this song, isn't it?
We will try to find the lyrics at
It
the end.
is a part of the soundtrack
For
of
her
our
upcoming-
movie.
Art of Legal, her upcoming movie.
Yeah.
She has a movie.
The balladic song is thick with heartbreaking emotion as the narrator speaks about giving up on love after
Getting
the...
hurt too badly. Too many times.
Too many times.
Too many at time.
Too many at times.
Has it got lyrics? Because it got captions. Eh?
Oh my god. No.
No, auto generated. Well, we'll try. We'll try and look for them actually at the end of the performance.
Okay.
Utang na loob ako ay lumayan. Lintik na pa, tibok-tibok yan. Di naman
Oh gosh.
lang walang hiyang pag-ibig daw.
She's all authentic.
yeah.
Kahit gano'n mo man ihanda.
Oh, it's such a great arrangement.
Damdamin ay tinatatansya. Pagtunay na nga, tinamaan ka na niya. Pag-ibig, walang
Oh my god. Yes.
ayoko na umibig.
You go, girl.
There's so
I
many
love
levels to this
song.
game.
Oh, so invested. That woman can break you to tears and she won't even mean to.
Pwede bang wag na lang magmahal?
There's so many bloody levels, dude.
Kailangan sumugal. Hindi na ako magmamahal. Para hindi na kailangan sumugal sa pag-ibig. Walang yan.
Yeah.
Ayoko nang
Oh, such a soft approach.
Wish closer.
Holy shit!
75.
That's how you open a show, baby.
That's
That's
what
how
I
you open a show.
open a chassis. That's the show. I think what's really again.
No, I mean in the podcast today. That's how
Oh
you
right,
open
yeah,
the
yeah,
show.
definitely. I think what's unique about KZ, which is the reason why I like her a lot. Yeah, try and find the lyrics if you can. Is that she basically embodies all the principles that I have liked in other artists
Yes.
as I've grown up. And I hadn't found someone who embodied all of my favorite musical
In
principles.
one person.
Yeah, and then I discovered her, and then it's like, fuck, that's how you do live music. Because yes, we found translations. Because essentially, what you're trying to do live, it's completely different to the studio approach, right? And it's no wonder this has happened in the Filipino music industry, where she belongs to that one.
That's right.
Given the fact that the audiences in the Philippines are sort of more catered towards live performances rather than studio versions, which is still mental to me, and it's still in my mind. And the reason why I enjoy discovering so much of it is, I think there's still probably one of the few purists left in the world
Yeah.
when it comes to their approaching
Yes,
music.
I agree.
There are others, that's true, but they're in that group of that little pack of musical purists. And the bigger and the richer that industry becomes, it will be, that's like my dark horse.
It is. I
That
agree with
will,
that.
will take over the world, and it will happen in a blink of an eye, and people won't even notice. It's just it's just for the Philippines. That's literally what they're gonna say. But then
Yeah.
this guy's got four number one billboards. You know what I mean? Or this band. You know what I mean? So that's what I feel with the Philippines, because essentially, and given the pandemic and all that stuff, people starving for live performances. And then what happens when they get to see one of these live guys, and they do a little, like a US tour, like a world tour or something like that, little.
A little.
It will change people's minds
I totally
about what to
agree.
expect.
I actually think this is definitely the new generation. Like in the past 3 years, I think it's the Filipino pedigree of music has been becoming really global thanks to the internet, and I think a lot of people are crazy. I think I watched, some of you guys were sending me the Dubai Expo 2022.
That's right.
Like a lot
It
of
was like
performances there.
16,000 people when Hiyang performed.
And then
She was with McCoy.
and there was like 30,000 for Arthur Neri,
Neri, yeah.
and then seeing the people's
Numbers, man.
response
Those are
to
fucking
such,
numbers.
it was insane. And I was like, yeah, this is exactly the next step, because people have been craving for this artist to show
Here's
themselves
a question.
in live performance.
Why Dubai? And what's the relationship between Dubai? Because a lot of stuff and a lot of Filipino artists are bloody well known in Dubai.
Yes, I have no idea. Obviously, the Filipino community is huge in Dubai. That's
Really?
for sure. Well, definitely.
Really?
Yes, 100%. But then again, why?
Like the expos, I think also Dubai, given the circumstances, it is an easier venue to hold. It is an easier country to hold events in.
Yes, and so, with such numbers, I would definitely think so.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Like, I mean, it's no wonder the UFC during the pandemic worked closely with Dubai.
Yes.
What the fuck was the name of the island? Well, they call it File Island.
Yes, Island.
The Yas Island. Fuck, that's correct.
Yes.
So they've always been kind of open to being some of the first to open up and having live shows and allowing these guys to continue to make their money. So that I see, but prior to the pandemic, they were still going.
Yes, that's right.
So.
Yes, that's what I don't. That's why I believe that the Filipino community is actually huge in Dubai.
Because
It is one of the most conquered
events, right?
events.
Like Mix is really big on that.
It is
yeah.
huge,
But-
and the promotion everywhere is fantastically ginormous too.
Yeah, here's the interesting thing as well. Like, given the podcast, we can obviously see where people are watching from and stuff like that.
That's right.
And it's really mind-boggling that this from so many countries, right? I mean, you'll be watching, so, but it's like from so many countries and people that have no connection whatsoever to the Filipino music industry.
That's right.
And it's so cool to see, like, yeah, holy shit, this might be the best thing I discovered this year.
Yeah, that's right.
And the only messages I get from that, it's like they usually are about artists.
From
They're
the
like
Philippines.
OPM artists,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So it's really intriguing. But KC, it's to me like what the Filipino music industry represents to its best, at its pinnacle. Less is more. Insane musical pedigree.
Yes,
Great, outstanding. One of the best live performers I've ever seen in my life.
100%.
And I'm yet to see her live.
Yes.
Right? That's crazy to even say. And an artist, a true artist, the way she expresses herself, the way she behaves, the way she... A good person as well. It's like, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
She's so accessible. and I
Package,
think
mate.
It's also really humbling to see, because with people that are so good at something, you tend to hold them up to a pedestal, right? So when you get to see them interact with other people, interact with you in the same normal manner, you get humbled by the presence itself.
This is the lyrics, yeah?
Yeah.
So it goes, Akala ko'y walang hanggang. That means I thought it was eternal. And you are my destiny. Stuck by unrequited or unrequited or unrequited?
Unrequited love. Yeah.
I think so.
Yes.
Love, I poured it out wholeheartedly and my heart ached. Struck by unrequited love. No matter how much you prepare, heart and mind and soul, feelings are immeasurable. Go down, mate.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to pronounce the words in Tagalog in my head.
Kung tunay na hanggang, if it's true. Tinamaan ka na... What the fuck? How do you say the NG again?
Tinaman and ka.
Tinamaan.
No, because remember the double vowels are separate. They sound like...
Tinamaan.
Yeah, tinama and ka.
Ah.
So the anka would sound like one word.
Fuck it up.
Yeah.
You have been hit by, that's what it means. Pag-ibig. That means love. I know that. It can be mahal as well, right?
Yes, it could be. Depends on how you conjugate it, though.
True. Unkind love. I don't want to fall in love anymore. Bruh, this person's broken. If you are always unlucky, I am indebted to be forgiven. That didn't translate, so no idea what that means. Struck by unrequited love. Oh.
Oh.
No matter how much you prepare, heart and mind and soul, Feelings are immeasurable. If it's true, you have been hit by Pag-ibig.
Pag-ibig.
Pag-ibig. Sorry.
Pag-ibig.
Unkind love. I don't want to fall in love anymore. It's
Oh.
always unfortunate. Can I just stop loving? So there is no need to gamble. Can I just stop loving? Because it is somewhat of a gamble, right? The whole essence of love, essentially.
See, you see lang magmahal. To stop loving. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's it conjugated, right?
Yeah.
For no need to gamble on love, on kind love, I don't want to fall in love anymore. It's always unfortunate. Fuck. That's brutal.
And that's why she's there, consumed by the feeling. That is absolutely fantastic. What a piece, gosh. Like the chord progression, the performance itself. Obviously, her vocal technique is just so refined and it's so hers that if you wanted to study a specific set of colors in vocal texture, I would say watch her performances in this type of settings where there's like more of a close-up to her face and mouth and tongue modulation. But I don't have to say much about it. I think it speaks for itself, the type of performance, you know?
The next performance is a girl called Ena Mori.
That's right!
We're familiar with her because I think she's Timothy Run's
Yes, she's Timothy Run's girlfriend, I think, yeah.
right? And he is performing as well in the...
He's playing the keys.
If you're not familiar with Timothy Run, let me do you a favour and change your life.
Let me change your life.
He may not be the most popular at the moment, but trust me, the quality of his fucking songs are incredible.
Not only that, but check out his band, One Click Straight.
Yeah.
I will never get tired of saying this. They
Outrageous.
bang, okay?
Outrageous.
If you like the 1975s, if you like a little bit of John Mayer, if you like a little bit of like funk and soul and nostalgia, bro, let me hit you with some angst.
They also have
This
do
is
some
it.
heavier stuff, but it's never too heavy. It's really nice stuff.
It's so well done. They're
But-
so musically refined.
But Ena, I've never seen her. I have
neither.
no idea what to expect. Now, however, if you look at the thumbnail, you'll be sure to know.
Actually, just let me just.
Or if you see her and the way she sort of come out here to perform, it can put an idea in your head. Of
Experimental!
Exactly.
Yay!
She is going to do her, right? She's not there to fucking do anything else.
I love the stuff like that because it makes me so excited to see artsy people in
Now-
this like manner.
Let's give it a watch. I have no
Yes.
idea what to expect.
I don't know what style this is. I don't know what nothing. So we're going here in blind. So this is Ena mori, Vivid.
Vivid.
Live from the Wish Bus.
It's one of the most recent Wish Bus performances.
That's right. Oh, there he is.
Okay. Fuck
Oh,
it up.
I like her.
That is someone again consumed by their
like her.
shit.
Wish.
Oh, cool.
I love Timothy, bro. He's the keyboardist.
Okay, but the drummer? Okay, the drummer's got style.
So he's got gloves on. We have this dilemma at the moment because I'm drumming a lot lately and my hands are all fucked.
They're actually healing quite nicely. You're
Mate,
about to break
It's
them.
it's the tennis hands though.
Yeah.
I was used to it anyway. Because it's just my hands. I had such blisters,
Prone hands.
prone hands.
You
Even
have baby skin.
yeah. Which is good. Helps with other stuff. But it's terrible when it comes to holding shit for a long time.
Yeah.
So yeah, but we were discussing that. It's like the whole gloves thing. I just love feeling the stick.
Yeah, so you bleed.
But yeah, literally. But
He was
I mean,
literally bleeding
I
last
should
weekend.
take some inspiration with this guy.
You look, make it a look. You see, make
Good.
it a freaking look.
Good. Please, drummers, dress up, look nice for the love of fucking Jesus.
Yes.
Good on him.
I want to know his name. Oh! Oh!
Turn up.
Huh.
He's so experimental.
Oh! I love that atmosphere, the sound. Oh, bro, is this the whole of the sound. Cause can you hear the whispering in the background? I love this.
When I close my eyes, I know it is baby. It's baby.
I don't know what they're talking about.
I like you seeking love. I'm over green, see wise and seen seeking love.
I like her.
I should have thought it twice, and then we implied sides, and you're nothing but perfect to me.
Good man, it grows on pad.
This feel I never had, baby. You should take it seriously. Can't help but think about it. How can I let go this feeling? Trapped in the cookies in my head. But the more I think about it, it's vivid. It's vivid. Oh no, blinded by whatever I'm seeing. Something isn't clear enough. When I close my eyes, I know it is vivid. It's vivid. All I see is jealousy. It pulls me up, then brings me deep down my heart. It's sensitive, just like the lace of that girl you were sitting beside that me. Here's a story. Notice when you fall and beg for mercy. It's interesting, but how you gonna prove yourself without making a sound?
Bring on, Chan. Yeah.
Making a sound. Without making a sound.
That's it.
I'm out of line. Now you're upset. My time to head up, but think about us. How can I let go this
You know, it's interesting with them, right? Nice. We'll pull that back because I like that a lot. Pull that back a bit.
I'm like a person. I love
It's really
this.
interesting with them because that sort of trio is sort of very peculiar in itself. I mean, we were just talking about a much more sort of orthodox approach to music on the first, sort of KC performance, and then we're
Yes.
seeing the most unorthodox approach to music in the second. Essentially, I mean, that's what the youth brings, right? Sort of innovation, this much mix between technology and still a purist approach to vocals. You know, she's actually a very good singer to do what she's doing. You have to be
At a very good level.
at a specific level, right?
right.
But it's so cool. It's like it's not your natural drum setup. It's not your natural approach to things. You need new sounds that are impossible to fucking create with instruments.
That's right.
You need a synth because the bass line is actually made by the keyboard. And her vocals are somewhat theatrical in the sense that the journey she decides to take note-wise is the journey that the lyricism is explaining.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's really cool. So those are all principles of the past, but executed through mediums of the future,
That's right.
which is really, really interesting with a bunch like this that are so creative.
But to be completely honest, up to this point, even though the song is super experimental and you have a lot of elements that might be a bit contradicting to each other, like
Sure.
the noisy background environment and the weird drum beats and the synthy sounds that are constantly creating the melody, even though the vocal melody itself is kind of chopped up and a bit a creative in the pop sense of music. It still doesn't lose the catchiness or doesn't lose melody throughout the journey, which often happens with experimental tracks like this, especially in this genre, alternative rock pop type of like atmosphere of making music. A lot of the times you can get lost in the process, in the journey of the song. In this particular case, you are hooked to that chorus, and I love that every time it comes in, you're like, okay, this is it. This is the part I recognize.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Well, they do allude to that because they sort of know that is essentially the recognizability of the track. So then they go and then they break down the beat.
It's very cleverly structured.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's good.
Yeah,
Again, it's
very
smart.
clever.
It's very smart.
It's very musically smart, and I love the breakdown here because it feels like it's a disjointed feeling to the song, but it doesn't lose you.
Wonder if there's a video. It'd be
Oh,
quite
I think
interesting
it does.
to see how she.
Visually adheres to it.
Yeah, she's very visual. It seems.
I would think fishbowl. I see a fishbowl.
A fishbowl.
Yeah, like a fish
Fish
eye
eye.
roll
Yeah.
with like some fish. It's like an acid trip. That's what I think. Like
Yeah,
a
psychedelic.
kaleidoscope, type
Yeah.
of like fish eye look.
We'll check it out. Let's see maybe if
Yes.
she's got one.
Now you're upset. My time to but
My tummy
think
hurts.
about how can I explore this feeling? Trying like a personal hurt, but the more I think about it, it's feeling.
It's so funky, like.
That's the other thing. That's super funky.
Something isn't clear in my heart. When I close my eyes, I know it is feeling.
He's so happy as well too. He fucking loves it.
I loved him, man.
It's feeling. It's feeling. It's feeling. Ooh, it's feeling.
I love her.
She's so quirky.
It's feeling. It's feeling. Around us.
You know what? No.
So they had a track, then they had the beat, and then the vocals. Sick, because I just saw their laptop. So I do wonder.
I just want to see
Check,
if this has
check,
a
yeah,
different
check if it has a video. I also want. What the fuck is she talking about? Like, it could be love. It could be like.
It is like she's talking about
Go down
love.
at the description.
I was talking about love. So she's a Filipina Japanese. Cool.
Oh, nice. The song is a poignant self-examination that tackles their insecurities and jealousy that spring forth from them. Yeah, it's not love. Like she's talking about.
Relationships, but in like a quirky, like toxic, like environment.
It's about
Right?
something really complex. Actually, it's not fucking easy to
Ena
describe.
mori. I love that.
And her name is sick as
Vivid.
well. Let's have a look. Maybe she's got. If she does have a video, yeah, there you go.
And she's wearing the same glasses.
Ah.
I wonder if this has a kaleidoscope feel to it. Oh yes, to the 70s feel. Advanced Human Manual.
Ah.
I like her aesthetic. Oh, what the hell? Since when do we buffer? Well,
It's
that's
so
a kid of a mood killer.
weird looking, bro. Everything like he's so like. I feel like I'm in a dream.
Yeah, but I think that's what it all alludes to, right?
It's as if I'm in her head.
Yes! It's a really good translation of colors, though. I like the color palette. The
But she's gonna get a
suspense is
severe
killing
head.
me. No, it's the glasses, dummy.
Oh.
What the hell? This is not The Godfather.
So it goes again.
Very
What a
tough.
freaking mood killer, man. Come on.
Why are we buffering?
I have no idea. Jealousy is just a response to your own insecurities.
And the more.
Jealousy in my veins, give me love. Chasing in my eyes, but all I see is a lie.
Oh, she's wearing the same dress. How cool.
Oh, nice. I see.
I know it's bad, it's sad to relapse when you're nothing but perfect to me.
You know what? She eats CDs.
I have this fear I never had. I hope you take it seriously. Can't help but think about us. How can I let go of this feeling?
Nice.
Oh, nice.
All I think about it is fear.
Hey, that's good.
Think about us. Oh no, blinded by what I don't see. Something isn't clear in my heart. When I close my eyes, I know it is feeling. It's feeling. It could be true, but the blue suits you, so give me love.
It's
You know
interesting.
what is so hard? Oh my god, I keep doing that stupid thing.
I'm over.
It's really hard to do that vocal,
Yeah.
that vocal attention throughout the whole track live, and she just ate CDs.
I'm interested in her. Then.
She's got a nice quirk to the vocals
Yeah, because
too.
it's so different, right? We were just having that conversation a couple of days ago. I would recommend we'll leave the link. We'll encourage everyone to sort of go and check it out themselves. But we were discussing that the other day, right? It was a Philippines Idol audition, and it was none other than Regine, who's actually gonna be our next performance. Who was saying, everyone fucking sounds the same.
Yes, yes.
It's like, is this all, folk, acoustic,
High falsettos, kind of like rounding the vowels.
breathy sound, which, have become pinnacle now in the Philippines, thanks to the likes of Moira, Ben and Ben, and, Arthur, and you have all these guys which are really good at that style. But
Yes.
then it's like, they didn't learn it. They are it.
That's right.
So that's the sort of question. And then You don't. That's actually one thing interesting about the Philippines. You don't actually get that much experimental stuff in the charts. Like if you look at, for example, let's look for like the Indian music industry, right? Who we're kind of diving in quite deep at the moment. There's also like a linear matter to a lot of this stuff, but they do have the freedom because of the movies.
That's right.
Right. So you know, if
each
the movie's
movie,
fucking
each
weird,
concept, yeah.
the song's gonna be really weird as well.
Yes.
Then you know you have a look at Korea, and
They're not afraid to be experimental, and I think
that's sometimes their issue.
They push too far.
That's sometimes the
Yes.
issue of the industry. I mean, we're just discussing this off screen with one of the agencies that you know works with a lot of these guys and stuff, and we were just discussing it. It's like, how do they keep up? Because they're always trying to do something new, and the industry kind of sets a standard, and that's what the only way they know how to do things.
That's right.
So it's always pushing boundaries. So then it's really hard to then come out with a formula that you know is gonna be good quality music.
That's right.
Because you can't follow a structure, because if not you won't get heard or seen. Then so the Philippines is kind of at the moment is kind of in that place, right, where everyone does have some sort of sound, but you don't really have anyone coming in and disrupting the shit out of anything.
That's right.
So
and
that
this
I just
is,
clocked it now.
But this is right there. This is right there in that gap in the market. Like it provides something funky. It gives me a lot of Britpop, alternative 70s era of revolution in music that happened here in Britain.
Well,
that
look, sorry.
no, that it created a riot. It created a riot in the music industry.
Like the reason why Aurora works
yes,
and worked in the US so well is because no one else
she
can
was
be
doing her
Aurora.
thing. Yeah, she was doing her own thing.
Nobody else, literally.
Making her own lane.
And then her interviews are fucking bizarre as well, and the way she speaks, bizarre. The way
Because she is the art. And
Exactly.
I think
So-
that's what I admired about her.
and it
right?
seems it's authentic. I don't know her. I don't know nothing, but it seems it's authentic, and that's
Yes.
good enough.
Absolutely. And I think this is what you're seeing with this specific generation. Like you have Sild, you have Four of Spades, One Click Straight, and
You have Timothy,
and
yeah.
Timothy run as a soloist, and all of them like have this really cool experiment. Juan Carlos.
I guess
and
he is probably the most mainstream, kind of quirkiest, but his style,
Zild.
both Juan Carlos and Zild.
Yes, I agree.
I'd say probably Zild is yeah. I mean, he has turned darker in the sense of the shades of the music he likes to do
Yes.
lately, but experiment.
Definitely fun to listen to.
Yeah. They all go in the same
My
playlist.
favorite stuff.
But experimental wise, it's quite hard to come up with someone that doesn't have like a set genre, which is quite interesting. Then that's really let us know your thoughts about that. I've just thought of that.
Yes.
If you think of the Filipino music industry, you really think of sort of categorized genres.
And I also like Ena because she has this like Bjork kind of like influence sound and look to it, and I love that because she was one of my favorite alternative like from the 90s early 2000s figures, and I was like, my god, I want to dress like a swan. In my head I was like, this is nothing. Everybody thought she was so strange, but then
Yeah.
came Lady Gaga a few years later, so it's like it's whatever suits the masses. at
Well,
the end of
and
the
then
day.
there's the other side to that spectrum, right?
Yes.
Which is a much more formal, a much more, what would you call it, orthodox approach to things. And the pinnacle of this is Regine Velasquez. I'm going to lose my head with that beep.
It's okay, I don't think you can fix it. I tried already.
Anyway, so this is Regine Velasquez. There's a beep outside. It's fucking pissing me off. Go on.
So this is Araw-Gabi.
Yeah, we actually never
Araw-Gabi.
seen this. And it was actually very requested when we first started
Yeah,
diving in. I don't know why we never did.
me neither. Kind of feel like we have, but I don't think we have at all.
Oh, we never have?
No.
Look at that crow.
Ay, my God. Gosh.
1075.
Di biro ang sumulat ng awiting para sa'yo.
Jesus.
Para akong isang siraulo, hilo at lito.
Okay, here's what I...
She was good with short hair.
Oh yeah, she looks good with anything. That woman is perfect. But it's
Fun
funny.
much?
No, I think she's beautiful though, like the whole package.
She is good, yeah,
She's
she's-
like, it's just the whole package. But with her, it's hard to avoid the technicalities. Like, they're there for a reason, right? So I think that's what's so interesting about her, particularly. It's given these shots and how close we are to seeing her technicality, physically speaking, and her facial modulation. It's interesting to me to see certain vowels being said in a specific way. For example, the ayo or the o sound, she's kind of smiling through it if you can pay attention to the finishing of the sounds. Sayo, it's kind of like lifted in the corners, and it's not really rounded and warm like you would do with a technical approach to this type of song.
Para akong isang siraulo, hilo at lito.
You see, it's
Ito
very
is
yeah.
ito.
Sa akin pang minanagano, tiklado'y pilit nilaro.
So I think it's for modulation purposes. Yeah, keeping that breathiness. Woman.
Tungkol saan naman kayang awitin para sa'yo. Di biro ang gawing sukat, ang titik sa tono. Sampu man aking diksyonaryo, kung ang
Diksyonaryo.
iwasto. Basta't hindi magbabago, damdamin ko sa'yo.
She's kind of saying like a
Araw-Gabi,
Woo!
nasa isip ka, napapanaginip ka, kahit saan magpunta. Araw-Gabi, nalalasing sa tuwa, kapag kapiling ka, araw-gabi tayong dalawa.
I love this song. Keep going, don't stop it.
why is it so easy for her?
Biruin mong nasabi ko, ang nais kong ipahati.
Oh, I love that.
That's one of my
freaking-
favorite fucking performances she's done. I love that song.
It's so
It's
so
up there
easy.
with ikaw, what is it? Pangarap ko? Ka-ibigin? Ibigin ka. I don't know, I forgot it. I can only sing it. I can't remember it unless there's music playing.
Okay, just sing it. He goes.
Ikaw ang makasama, hula, mabuhay kong ito, pangarap ko, pangarap ka. Ang ibigin
ka.
Isn't that pangarap ko ang ibigin ka? Let's go!
I know he has to go through half of it.
I was gonna have to do the fucking and especially the pangarap. You go.
Hit the fifth. I mean, I love this angle because can we pay attention to her vibrato here?
Whoa!
See
I never
how
seen that.
cool that is?
How do I do that? How the fuck? Put that shit again. That's not real.
It's the larynx. They move forward. So they vibrate and they come on. It's the larynx modulation. It's not actually
yes.
your jaw.
Yeah.
It's not a zombie.
Hey, that beep.
Okay, yeah. Look at the vibrato. Look at it. She's like chilling.
Biruin mong nasabi ko, ang nais kong ipahati. Dapat mo lamang mabatid, laman itong dibdib.
Oh my God, this woman.
Tila sampung daang awitin ang natapos kong likha mo.
What?
Ito ang
That's an old chord.
Tila sampung daang awitin ang natapos kong likha mo.
What the hell is that?
Ito ang tunay na damdamin, tanggapin.
Too complex for me.
She's so not accurate.
Oh, I love it.
Sa isip ka, napapanaginip ka, kahit saan magpunta.
Oh no, the backing vocalist. Huh?
I love the vocal layers.
Thing is, in front of the Hot
Hard
Rock Cafe. Yeah.
Are you okay? Did you die there? Oh, okay. Let's talk about that tongue.
Let me hear it. Let me
Okay,
hear it
no
first.
problem, no problem.
Sorry. Okay, go on.
Oh
Okay,
my
go,
god. Okay, so you got the tongue modulation. So you got the tongue modulation there that helped with the run. So more often than not, the runs are actually done by the larynx modulation. So you modulate the larynx and you make them shift and move and kind of like they do the sound where you want to go, right? But in this particular case, the run is actually led by the tongue modulation, which it's actually how the tongue repositions itself to change the frequency of the note. So if you pay attention...
How do you even figure that out? What the fuck?
Practice, a lot of goddamn practice.
Well, how do you land it?
Touch and feel. It's like you understand what tiny like little muscles, like you become really aware of everything that happens inside of your mouth and how you're modulating your larynx, and you can even feel it inside of the larynx. There's certain movements, there's certain shift, there's certain grabs and things that just feel right, and you start to develop them as you know, as the
I keep
years
singing in the
progress.
shower, dude.
Yes, 100%. That's the way to go.
That's what someone said.
Be
in the
your own
comments.
Beyonce, you know.
No, I have no interest in being Beyonce.
No,
I have
be
interest
your
in being
own
Ephra.
Oh.
You know, when artists get asked that question, it always pisses me off. Because they always answer like that.
You know?
It's like, oh, you dip to it. I'm not saying you sound like them.
You know what's funny? I was watching a Sam Fender a interview the other day, and he was like, you know, people always ask me, like, what is your like rock influence the most? Like, somebody that inspired you to make rock music? And he was like, I always say it's like Oasis and stuff like that, but I actually meant to say it's NSYNC.
What the fuck?
Like, that's actually who inspired me to make music.
Whoa.
And I was like, what the hell?
Oasis.
He's the funniest.
From Oasis to NSYNC.
He's like, I publicly always say Oasis.
Yeah, because people would fucking laugh.
But he was like, you know what? It was for the Latin Bible.
Good man.
And I was like,
nowadays,
yeah, you know what?
NSYNC doesn't have the reputation they used to have because it's all aged, didn't they?
They
Gary
aged
Barlow
well.
did the thing.
What? Let's take that.
Same thing. Apologies.
Oh no!
But you know what I mean? They're like, they aged. All of these guys. Take that, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC. They aged.
And they aged well.
Exactly. They
Yeah.
aged well. Their music, it did something for the industry.
That's right.
They represented something for the US and the UK and stuff. So it's fine. But at the time,
It's like JLS.
yeah, at the time, it wasn't like the greatest comparison if you're a rock artist.
But he's young. Sam Fender is like our
Yeah, he's like
generation.
22.
Yeah, he's like young.
No, I think he's 24.
Yeah, he must be
He's
like
in between
somewhere
you
in
and me.
between. Yeah.
But anyways, go on.
So if you pay attention to the tongue modulation here, you'll see how her straight note changes from being straight to a run that is led by the tongue muscles. Like, you see that? It's the tongue that shifted this sound. Ah, she's so cool. And there's back again. That tongue modulation is all. So from a straight technique perspective, she is practically singing with one straight setting set in the larynx, but it's the tongue modulation that is shifting the sound frequency itself, gives the run effect, but it's really efficient energy wise, and she can do it literally like swaying or dancing
cross the
for, you
legs
know.
and go on.
Yes. It's a very hard technique to master though.
know what's weird?
Oh my god! And then she goes like,
I felt like she got given that song like a couple of days before.
maybe it's new. Maybe it was new. Like, it sounds like an OST.
What the fuck's the story?
So is that?
OPM royalty Regine Velasquez shows everyone why she deserves to be called Asia's songbird, as she effortlessly stays every night note in the timeless hit Araw-Gabi. The song was composed by multi-awarded Filipino songwriter Mr. Ryan Kayab.
Kaya yap. Oh, it's the same. Is the same from the same? Why am I not subscribed? That is very strange. I thought it was.
Well, you keep pressing space.
Oh, this is
all
the
time.
USA. This is the bus USA. Wish bus USA.
No, but also you keep pressing space, and then if you're locked in on the subscribe thing, it will unsubscribe you.
Ah.
Yeah.
Stupid.
We've done that a couple of times now. But anyways, yeah, I you know, because obviously she needed the lyrics, and especially in that section there, she counted herself in.
She's definitely really new to this song. Maybe because it's not her a track. I think this is a cover of the song.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
So maybe perhaps this is like one refreshing her memory. Like she learned it on the way there or something.
Yeah, or maybe she sang it years ago and now she's singing it again here in this setting. But she counted her way in. That was really interesting, especially in that big big moment. It's like, oh shit, she hasn't done this song 50 times.
That's right. But she
Crazy.
still aced that. Like, it was nothing. Craziness, man.
It just adds more to the, I don't know, appeal, I guess, because it's probably too easy for her. She doesn't add extra challenges for herself. But look, fucking top, yeah. That's unbelievable.
I was like, what? Where is this going?
This is super interesting, right? So after this, I want to check out like the story of the Wish Bus.
Okay.
So this is Zia Quizon. We've checked her out before, or maybe not. I'm not familiar. However, sometimes we say that and then we've seen them and then I feel super bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, this is Robin Nievera and he's going to be involved in this. And let's give it a watch. He's obviously like the big boss from what you guys have told us.
Yeah,
Well, not
that's one
obviously, I
of
don't
the
know.
founders, is like
Of the
one of
Wish
the
Bus.
masters behind the idea here. Yeah, I think so.
Good on him. Go on.
Let's have a look.
Gonna cover the scientist.
Yes.
We've seen him play the guitar for other people as well.
Yes, he's currently on tour, the US tour with JR.
Oh really?
Yeah, he's
no
the
way.
guitarist for JR right now. And backing vocals.
Nice.
Come up to meet you, tell you I'm sorry.
Oh, nice.
Don't know how lovely you are.
I love that darkening of vowels when it's perfectly done. I love it when it's done in the right way,
Yep.
because it feels natural and it's not put on for the sake of the environment.
Yep.
But in
It's
this
a
particular
conversation.
case, yes,
Authenticity, right? Go on.
yes.
I had to find
You know, capo on the fifth.
tell you I need you, tell you I set you apart.
Girl.
Tell me your secrets and ask me a question.
Great breath control.
Let's go back to the start. Running in circles, coming up tails, heads on the science apart.
She's nice.
Nobody said it was easy.
Okay, Robin, I'm sorry, what?
It's such a shame for us to part.
Yeah.
Nobody said it was easy.
I love that they give him a lot of reverb. Love that.
Said it would be this hard. Oh, take me back to the start.
Do you know what? I love this. This is absolutely freaking
Must be so nerve-wracking.
magical, right? So, because the whole atmosphere of it is so fragile. It's so like, oh, this could literally shatter to pieces at any moment.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It must be so nerve-wracking with a performance like this because it's so tender, it's so soft. It's like, I don't know, walking with an egg,
Yeah.
but you're a fucking
On a tightrope
Yeah.
at the same time.
You know
Yes.
what? It's like holding an egg, yeah. But
Here we are.
you've been arm wrestling all day, so you don't know what's too much or too little. Do you know when your hand goes super like
Well,
numb?
no, I've
I got a better
all day.
I got a better analogy. It's like, you know, when you sit on your hand by accident, or you like cross your legs and your
And
hands
then
in
you
the middle.
have pins and needles.
Yeah,
And you have to calibrate the refined skill stuff.
yeah, that's what it is. And then you're trying, and they're telling you, don't break it, just crack it. You're like, I don't feel my hand, bro. Yeah, because
What are
they
you?
don't know what's coming out. You know, they can hear it, but they essentially don't know if they're capturing that sort of essence that
That's
the
right,
song
that's right.
it requires, and they don't
it's
know how the
such-
audience is gonna interpret it.
And it's such a breathy take of the song, right? So adding all that breathiness is actually adding more fragility to performance, because you might think this is the safest approach to singing a song like this,
Hell
but
no.
it's actually one of the toughest to maintain, because you get tired quicker.
In
'Cause-
radio,
yeah,
bro?
Yeah. And especially this setting, bro, like so magnified. He's like barely caressing those strings, and look how it sounds.
I was just guessing at numbers and figures.
It's beautifully mixed though. It's just such.
Puzzles apart. Questions of science, science in progress. Do not speak as loud as my heart. Tell me you love me.
Oh, come on, Robin, doing God's work.
Oh, and I rush to the stars,
Yeah.
running in circles,
And it's like raining outside.
chasing our tails, coming back as we are. Nobody said it was easy. It's such
my God.
a shame for us to part.
That is so hard to maintain.
Nobody said it was easy. No one ever said it would be this hard.
Él es bien simpático. How do you say that?
I'm going
charming.
back to the start.
He's charismatic.
That's the word.
I like her a lot. She seems very like, what you see is what you get. She's very humble, very nice.
And what a voice, gosh. Oh, and the sound mixer though, man.
This is where the Wish Bus, I don't think, gets enough credit. That's fucking unreal, dude. Like, she's an outstanding singer, and Robin is, yes, doing God's... Oh, this is very popular, good on him. And doing, you know, God's work. However, to encapsulate that shit and mix it correctly,
Oh gosh, in the moment.
live,
Because we know this is in the moment.
dude, some of the best in the game.
100%.
I think they wish, if, like, my dream is, like, because essentially...
These versions need to be put on a Spotify.
Yeah,
These
that
versions.
surprises me. That I don't know if the Wish Buzz has done that. I have no idea. But like, that's something that the Coke Studio. I mean, they've only just started doing it.
Yeah,
to
to
be
be
fair.
completely honest.
But like the Coke Studios, Nescafe,
in Pakistan though.
just Pakistan, right? I think in India they might do it as well.
No, in India they haven't done it.
They never
No,
did
they
it in the
never did
UAE
it.
either,
No.
right? When they did those collabs between like US artists and then
No.
Arab artists.
No.
Fuck yeah! I like people want to stream this shit,
Mm-hmm.
and that obviously opens up the revenue and all that shit, and it opens up more streams, and these artists can get, you know, more of their cake and all this stuff. I don't know what the rule is, because sometimes there's covers and stuff like that. I don't know how that shit works, but
Yeah,
I'm
but
sure
you know,
they can
you
figure it out,
You
right?
can always register covers, like we've seen it plenty of times,
Yeah.
right? Like,
So that, because fuck, dude,
that is just
how do you get this
beautiful.
anywhere else?
This is so stripped that down though. Like that is the type of music that you play to find zen.
Yeah.
Like, this is fabulous. They've managed to find like a string-like arrangement to the vocals with that high reverb and the fantastic basses that are so well mixed.
Yeah.
Because you're not missing the mids and the highs, which
No.
is often what tends to happen in
Yes.
like high bass boosted sounds. Like, you tend to miss all the highs and the mids. In this particular case, you're hearing everything.
Well, yeah, it is a radio, so essentially you'll get more mids and highs than anything else. The problem is, how the
But
fuck
the
do you mix
lows
them? So
here.
yeah, so you don't miss the low end, and then you don't oversaturate on the mid and highs.
Yeah.
But it's really weird. Yeah, that's probably the perfect way. She's being mixed as if she was a guitar,
That's right.
which is really interesting. But I was gonna say my dream is for like, my aspirations at least, my hopes, that's the word, for the Wish buses, because they do this so well. If they maintain that quality and they go to different parts of the world, like France, Korea, I mean, they're obviously in the US. What other industry? Like India. I'd love to see a Wish bus India, dude. What the fuck?
Could you imagine the
It would
freaking
be
magic that would
insane.
come out
Yeah,
of
it would
that?
be
Freaking
insane.
nuts.
And you got, you come for a little interview, whatever. Bam, here's a 4-minute
Like, you don't even
performance.
have to do an interview. You just go do your song.
Yeah,
Get out.
well, if you want, yeah, just do
Yeah.
one take. It's live. It's all in the moment. That's the only
Yeah.
thing. And you have that world class mixing, that world class mastering, and happy days.
It's freaking insane.
Boom.
Well, they've done it. They figured it out.
You trap. The thing is, yeah, and I mean, it's not like the Philippines has the best traffic in the world either. It has some of the worst.
Manila has
You know what I
the
mean?
worst traffic.
So like in South Korea, cake. You got like Indonesia. I don't know if it's cake there. I don't know if it's so bad the traffic either.
I don't know.
But they do it in
about
LA. Fuck off. If you do it in LA,
That's true.
you'll be fine. But in LA, they park it, don't they?
Yes, they do.
It's impossible.
Like, we do not move.
Might as well. We're just wasting petrol.
Yeah.
But go on. Pull it back. I want to hear that. All of that again.
You hear that? It's just so resonant. You hear how they put the right amount of reverb? She sounds like a string section.
Yeah. Together.
Where are the violins coming from? I adore her. Gosh.
Wish exclusive on Wish 1075.
Oh my god.
Dude, you know,
Totally 100% freaking hypnotized.
did you notice? Look, she's so tight.
She was very nervous.
She's so
yes.
nervous. What an adorable woman.
Yes, she was, but I could see her right from the beginning, actually, right? Like,
She's
the way
counting
that
with its thumb and she's just fucking trying to...
Because, again, Wish
It's a hug.
1075,
But like,
boss.
so maybe Wikipedia maybe
I don't
comes up
know,
or something.
yeah, let's location, look. It's A.
So, what the fuck is DWNU?
I don't know. Radio station.
Zoom in a bit more,
Mm-hmm.
please.
Oh, too much?
So, DWNU 107.5, broadcasting as Wish 107.5, pronounced as Wish 1075, is a radio station owned by Progressive Broadcasting Corporation and operated by Breakthrough and Milestone Productions International, BMPI, the media of the Members Church of God International. The station's studio is located at La Verdad Christian College. Well, its transmitter is located to UNTV transmitter, Sumulong Highway Antipolo Wish 107.5 broadcasts there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Gosh, they're
Online,
working.
Wish first official YouTube channel is currently Philippines' #1 YouTube channel by a local FM station with more than 4.4 billion views, holy shit,
freaking hell.
and 11.8 million subscribers, and got its Diamond Play button from YouTube Creators Awards.
Oh my god, what?
Hopefully one day, Feature Friday, fuck yeah.
Oh, freaking you
The
know.
second official YouTube account of the Wish, which is Wish USA, also got like 300 and, they didn't say that. 2.7 million subscribers and 384 million views. It's quite interesting what they're doing in the US because they're kind of building it in the sense of what the true Wish is like in the sense of bringing new names and bringing new people and stuff like that.
I'm just trying to see like the owners, but he says
Former
Progressive
names.
Broadcaster Corporation. That's the owner. I
Go and click on
wonder what.
So Progressive Broadcaster Corporation is a Philippines radio and television network owned by businessman Alfredo L. Heranes with 70% equity shared together. Oh, fuck, you know.
Oh, okay.
With Joselito N. Pedero and Dennis T. Villarreal. The company registered Philippine Securities and Exchange Commission SEC, in October of 1986. Wow, so they've been doing this for a while.
But
I
this
see.
is so this would be like a
network.
sub label basically.
Well,
But
this is the network.
so when did it start?
Go down. 1987 to 2010.
But the Wish, oh wow, the Wish FM, yes. I just want to know like the actual.
Go up.
Sorry.
It says the chairman, incorporated, led by its chairman CEO Kuya, Daniel Razon. Management.
Gosh, guys, if you could let me know when did the
Don't move it.
okay, yes, sure. When did the actual videos started going viral? When did they start posting? That's my question.
Almost 7 years under the new format. In July 2021, Wish became number 3rd most listened FM radio station in Metro Manila. Right. Yeah, because I thought the Nievera state, they were like heavily involved with that stuff.
Yeah, definitely. That's for sure.
From what we've heard and what people have told us. So I'd love to know kind of that's what I mean. It's like...
Such a big corporation.
No,
though.
I mean in the sense of... That's why sometimes it's actually even better to learn through you guys rather than like Google and all that stuff because you miss little details. That's so important. So if you do have more information on how actually the Wish bus came about or stuff like that, matter of fact, this is going to sound quite crazy, but it's true. We do know some people from Wish like to watch. So if you are watching and you do know the story,
and you would like to share it with us, please do
yeah,
so.
do
in
put
the
it in the comments because again, like it's become such an iconic thing, you know, in the like the whole reaction community thing, and in like vocal coaches like a lot of this stuff. In the channel with the podcast, reviewing all this work has been obviously a pleasure. So I feel like we have to know more about how that shit came about because it's such a genius idea.
It is, and when did it evolve from let's have an interview, sing on radio, which is usually the approach to radio, right? So bring the artist that's promoting or whatever, make them sing in this stripped environment. But when did it become the iconic thing that we know today? Because
Definitely took a while. I mean, like all things, it takes some
Definitely.
time. But
wow, how
but
cool
yeah.
is that?
Well, let's check out now. Clara, Benin. No, not much. We didn't have much information about this. It was just you guys just said, look, this is really good. It happened in 2020, and hopefully you guys get to discover someone new. We definitely are. And it's Parallel Universe live on the Wish bus. She performs her song Parallel Universe. The track heart-wrenchingly hit a vulnerable spot as it talks about all too familiar feelings of meeting and loving the right person at the wrong time.
That is my favorite trope on music.
Yeah, Valeska loves that source of inspiration. Go on.
Because it's true though, dude. There's nothing worse than that. Because you both love each other. But it's the wrong moment in your lives.
It's not true love though, is it?
No, but it is. But it is. It is. Don't be so pessimistic. Christ.
Genius, just drop a T.
Oh, girl. Okay.
Whoa. Oh, they're in a petrol station.
I like that French.
Wish 1075.
It doesn't seem to make sense.
Nice.
Everything was going well. Guess that was just the surface. 'Cause underneath I couldn't tell. No, I couldn't. I
those chords.
Okay.
Just a couple in the second, and she's on their fucking 7th fret.
Okay.
I don't know much about guitar. That might be a really obvious thing. But from my little Mimi baby, tiny little knowledge, yeah, what the fuck?
What are your first impressions so far?
Nice, I love it. I love this genre. It's so nice. And these are the women that I find dangerous.
What?
Yeah, so I feel like, yeah, like this is like you know, like Jada's a bit like that as well.
Oh yes.
Because it's like I could literally just look at them do what they're the best at, and I would fall in love in that way.
Proceeds to fall in love.
Yeah, it's really weird. Like, well, I've mentioned it in the channel before. Like some of the girls I like to date, one of the things I like about them, what would you call it? It's like a thing that I like in women is if they're really good at something.
And they become absorbed by that thing.
Yeah, and I
Yes.
can just, I don't know, like
Witness the being.
well, for example, like lately there was this girl who she does her makeup in a really peculiar way.
Oh, cool.
Nothing extravagant. She's fucking gorgeous.
All right, cool.
But seeing her do it,
oh, nice.
it's like
fascinating.
I-
Art.
and she's so like mannerisms, and it's like God.
Yeah. So by the time she's ready and done, you're like standing ovation.
But no, I've never seen her do her whole makeup.
Ah, okay.
Only like, you know, the little touch ups. Like, say you go to dinner, or say you go to
Yes.
something like that, and then
Like,
yeah, that those little minutes.
Efra, that's totally done on purpose.
Really? Is that,
Just saying.
all right.
All right, let me just unchant you. Like, take the charm
She's
away.
all doing that on purpose.
Totally. It's cold. Oh, bring it up. It's called flirting.
It's like it's called flirting.
Look.
Yeah, that thing. I could just fucking.
I like you fell for it hard. She's got you wrapped around her little finger.
Maybe she does, but it's like I just she would do like lips, and you're like fucking what the fuck. Also, another example of that is there was this girl who she paints. The worst example was that girl that she'd sang jazz.
Oh, that's cool.
That was the worst one
Why? She
Because-
was fantastic.
because it turns out she was a cock.
No, she wasn't. She was.
Probably
you know-
I was a cock. Anyway, but,
no, she wasn't.
but-
She was misunderstood.
yeah, no, and it was nice. Like we got to see each other and all that stuff. It was lovely. But it's like I liked her because I saw her on stage.
Yeah, when you
And,
met her,
and that's what made me go and
talk to her.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's so stupid. I don't know if she's, you know what I mean. I don't know if like.
The thing is
turns
that-
out, it's just it wasn't a good idea.
Yeah, the thing is, like people on stage, or like when they're consumed by their art. Example A, they are a different version of themselves. They can either be like a magnified version of who they are,
Well, you're a bit
or
like that,
the
yeah.
most vulnerable version of themselves, the most naked person ever, the version of that personality. So it's actually really hard to tell which side you're getting to meet. And I think that's the whole allure of like dating artists, right? Because it's like you never know what side you're.
No, it's a
actually
terrible
meeting.
fucking idea. Don't do it.
I love it. It's great. Do I date artists? No. That might answer
That's
your
why.
question.
Yeah, that's why it's a fucking horrible idea.
But I love to witness it, though. Like you
Witness
know,
what?
the unveiling. Like when you see them on stage and they're this person.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
And then when you see them off stage and they have nothing to do with the art itself, but they are art.
I was definitely quite
And I was
interested.
like,
yeah.
wow, how cool is this? Like I love that.
The other thing, I think it also makes it more attractive. Like, say, for example, you know, I might not find you like the most incredibly physically attractive.
Yes.
But then if you have that thing, I don't know. My brain, I'm such a monkey. Like,
No, there's
my
so-
brain is just like, oh,
No, but that's what he did. That's what he's supposed to be, though. Like you still certain. Like I have artists, male artists that I love to watch on stage, and I'm like, I would never date you in real life. Like never. You're not my type whatsoever. But when they're on stage, you're like, oh my god, you know, like. Yes, have my black card. that type of thing, you know.
Okay.
Like, yeah. So I understand the allure, you know.
yeah,
It's cool.
definitely, it's fucking real. That shit's real, dude. Go on.
He was my brightest star.
Quite direct.
In the night I couldn't move.
Great falsetto, holy guacamole.
'Cause when he plays his
reminds me of Lizzie.
It does a little bit. Wow, nice! Freaking run, baby, that's great.
That was nice.
Cross phrasing. Ooh, nice.
In a parallel universe, everything in reverse. Maybe you could be mine. In a parallel universe, where time is come to us. Maybe we would be alright.
The time signature is tricky.
What are those chords?
Yeah.
I put myself to play.
She reminds me so much of
I
Lizzie.
let you get away,
Good song.
but I feel it coming back. I close my eyes, I flash back, and just like that, I relapse. Helplessly, I relapse. In a parallel universe, everything in reverse. Maybe you could be mine.
Nice.
In a parallel universe.
But time is come to us. Maybe we would be alright.
I love that time signature. It's fun. It's fun because she has triplets that feel like they're cross phrasing, but they don't. And it,
You know what? I think she's decided to go with that sort of time signature.
to allude to the whole lyricism, that's where I think it's leading.
Allude to the lyricism in what sense?
So like it's like an alternate reality. It's like something else is happening at the same time.
No, she's the ultimate creator of both universes. She just lives in one. Right? So
I am such a dummy.
Yeah,
Your
so that-
brain is wonderful.
I don't know if that's the case. I mean, please
Bro, I love
ask
that
Clara on our
perspective.
behalf. But
That's a great perspective.
it's that's why the first half of the song is, and it's quite a lengthy piece. That's why the first half of the song, the first 2 minutes 30, first 2 minutes are in a they're presenting a
Arpeggio.
different picture through the arpeggio,
Yes.
and then the song progresses into a different shade.
A dual perspective.
Exactly, a parallel
Yes,
universe.
that's right,
yeah.
that's right.
But I think that's essentially what she's trying to convey with it.
It's fantastic.
Yeah,
It's
that
very
there are
clever.
two worlds. She's the creator of both, ironically enough, in a meta aspect because she created the song. But I think that's why, you know what I mean?
Yes, yes. Nice.
And the outro will be arpeggio, I would imagine.
I would think so too. Close the book. How it started.
But in the universe she belongs.
I love how comfortable she is with the guitar.
Universe, maybe you'd be my first. I could
Oh, that's so sweet! I didn't realize that at the beginning.
Oh, this universe is a curse.
First love.
This universe
Why
is a curse.
something so cruel to us? I don't know how to be alright. Don't wanna live in a world where you are not mine.
Oh, this is heartbreaking. It didn't end the way that we predicted.
Didn't.
75.
Nice!
Very nice. That's it.
Girl!
So again, she is one of those because I guess she's fairly new, right? This is
Clara.
fairly new, like 2020 type of stuff. So it does bring that whole discussion, which I think it predominantly happened during 2021, 2020, right? With Regine, the whole idea of, this is essentially the genre that's gonna sort of popping at the moment.
Yes.
And the question is, at the end of the day, is obviously authenticity, right? Like, when there is a genre that's happening and that's really trendy and it does really well, it's like, why wouldn't you? If there is a third, be the fourth. And if there's a fourth, be the fifth. Doesn't fucking matter. Get the ball rolling. The industry is already harsh enough and hard enough to even put food on the table. So if you do manage it, fucking good on you.
Yeah.
But then we give the attribute of authenticity to the guys that have already made it to the top, because that's what made them distinct to the people that did not make it to the top, right?
That's right.
But at the same time, and that was a discussion with that audition, right, with that lovely girl. It was like, well, maybe that is who she is. Maybe that is who she is as well. And like, you can't write some shit like that and not be
that.
Exactly, not be consumed by that and that not be your world. Again, are you influenced? Yeah, definitely.
But it's an
so
all
is
art.
everyone.
Exactly, it's an all art influence.
That
by
brings the
something else.
question of what even is authentic at the end of the day.
You're right,
So,
yeah.
however, in an audition setting, probably different story. In this, though, that is such a magical.
But then you see that was my whole argument. I don't have a problem with the genre. I actually think this is one of my favorite genres to indulge in.
Yeah, it
Worldwide, overall, it's one of my favorite genres to find some new inspiration. Find some type of like grounding and connection with something else out there
Sometimes I like my stories being told
by somebody else's thinking, and I
could just relate to them.
absolutely. And I think that's what's so beautiful about this particular genre and singer-songwriting folk spectrum of music. But auditioning is a completely different type of game.
In case you don't know what we're talking about, feel free to check out that video. I don't know what we titled it. It was a. Maybe I'll comment it so you guys can know, because we keep referring back to it, so it might it might add some context. But it was an audition in the Idol Philippines 2020, 2021, 2020.
So my whole argument in that video is the fact that when you come into a room where there's people that already represent certain genres, you can't copy it to a T. You have to bring something different.
Yeah, but like one of the judges has that style.
Exactly, and it's okay to appeal to the judges, because that's the whole point of the audition, that you build some type of rapport with the panel.
Keep going.
But that's all right. But what it's really important is to find yourself through that. You're trying to portray yourself to a maximum extent, which is something that doesn't happen in a lot of auditions. People think they have to appeal to the panel, and I think that's the biggest downfall of that game itself of auditioning. That you go in there thinking, okay, I have to build a liking. So if I do something that they already familiar with, because that's who they represent in the industry.
It's like that move of bringing an apple to the teacher when you haven't brought it home, or when it's test day.
Yeah, it's like, okay, nice, but we can see right through it, and it's a bit of a cheap move. Like it feels like it isn't the right thing. It doesn't feel 100% authentic, and it might be the most authentic you ever, but that's not the right environment for it.
Yeah, it might. If it can be seen interpreted like that in any way, then it might not be the right move, especially in that environment, because there will be people that interpret it in that way.
And if that is the most you that you could possibly be, then try to maximize the things that make you different in that genre.
Yeah, if it's you, dog. That's what I say. If that's you, fuck it. Just do you. You know what I mean?
Well, she got through.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, she succeeded in the task. Yeah. But it did raise the whole argument, right? So, the point.
The next performance, who is rather unique, it's none other than Ice, which we like a lot.
Yes.
And Noel Cabangon.
Yes.
Who we're not very familiar with Noel. Not that familiar. We have checked out some of his work before.
That's right.
But they're gonna do Walang, Hanggang, Paalam.
Paalam.
Mm-hmm. What does Paalam mean?
Moira has a song called Paalam.
She does.
I'll translate it.
We go down in I like reading the legends before the thing.
Me too. Spanish. Yes, okay.
So it goes, acoustic icons Seguerra and Noel Cabangon perform Walang, Hanggang, Paalam. Fucking hell, sorry.
No,
Live on the Wish Bus. The song, an original by Joey Ayala. Oh, now we know who he
Now
is.
we know.
It speaks of love that transcends distance.
Oh, what a concept. I mean, man, oh man.
You'll find what Paalam means.
Ice, ice, ice,
That's
ice.
the two. You know, if it goes with the guitar.
Ice got swag.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm translating Paalam. Oh.
Wish 1075.
Di ba tayo'y narito upang maging malaya at upang
We've heard this song
palaya
I think we have.
by
yes.
Joey, yeah.
iba.
It means goodbye.
Goodbye.
Ako'y walang hinihiling, ika'y tila gayon din.
We have heard this song.
Sa'yo'y bigyang laya ang isa't isa.
What a chord progression though, oh my god.
Ang pag-ibig natin ay walang hanggang paalam. At habang magkalayo, papalapit pa rin ang puso.
Haven't we heard? Why do I think I've heard Regine sing this song? Probably.
Maybe, but we definitely heard Joey sing it.
Yes, that's true.
But I don't know if we've heard Regine sing it.
This register, Ice's register in this particular type of
Unbelievable.
style.
What a voice, right?
Gosh, it just hits right in your
What a
soul, like
voice.
right in between your pectorals.
You know what's funny? If you look at the guitar
Yes,
and then you look at the tattoos,
yes.
so they were made for each other.
Great point, man.
How funny
What an
is that?
aesthetic, right?
Yeah,
It's such
yeah.
an aesthetic.
Kahit na magkaiwala,
Oh,
tayo'y magkasama.
Look how long that took, that
Sa
tattoo.
magkabilang
several sessions.
ng mundo.
Oh my god.
Pulling out the shorts and everything.
Ang bawat simula ay siya rin katapusan. May patutunguhan ba ang ating pagsinta? Sa biglang tingin
Wow.
What a combination of voices.
Kinabukasan, subalit di malupig ang pag-asa.
Oh, bravo. Gosh, darling.
Ang pag-ibig natin ay walang hanggang paalam.
I'm gonna cry.
Habang magkalayo, papalapit pa rin ang puso.
Woo!
Habang magkalayo, papalapit pa rin ang puso. Kahit na magkaiwalay, tayo'y magkasama.
Nakasama.
Sa magkabilang dulo ng mundo. Ang pag-ibig natin ay walang hanggang paalam. At habang magkalayo,
Dude, that's incredible.
malapit pa rin ang puso. Kahit na magkaiwalay, tayo'y magkasama sa magkabilang dulo ng mundo. Sa magkabilang dulo ng mundo.
Wish Exclusive
Dude, what the fuck?
1075.
I think that might
Watch
be.
that again.
Yeah,
Can
play-
we watch it again?
Put it again, but just put it lower as we review it. I think that's my favorite performance of today so far. It just like that's what I mean. It's like
Ang bawat
music at this level knows no fucking boundaries, bro. Language, nothing.
It's just freaking magical. So, all right. So let's talk about the structure of the song itself, because you have a very a serenade concept to the track. So it got a strong differential harmonics in both of the guitar parts, as well as the singing phrases. So they kind of overlay, but there's like a descant.
Oh,
So you hear to this descant on the chorus. So it's a completely different approach to harmonies. It's very romantic in the sense of like it's like a serenade.
yep.
But it also hits a very nostalgic place for me, because like back in Venezuela we had a lot of very big serenading songs that were similar to this style in the arpeggio picking and the approach to descanting harmonies in the song, the singing parts themselves.
What did we call them?
Serenades.
Oh, in Spanish. Like, because it's quite weird, because this reminds me of like Simón Díaz, and then it reminds me also of like...
It reminds me of Gajillo.
Oh,
You know
right.
that you know the songs that they used to play that were like
True, what the fuck style is that?
it's serenatas. I don't know what
No,
they're
it's
called. Mother. Oh, Papa. Okay,
What?
come here. I got a question. Listen to this.
Wish Closet.
Right.
On Wish 1075.
In
What?
that style, ¿cómo se llamaban las canciones en ese estilo de Gajillo? Sí,
Yeah,
que
do you
eran
remember-
como serenatas, but they weren't really.
They're like this type of songs where like
It's
acoustic.
like very folkloric, romantic songs.
Tayo'y magkasama sa magkabilang dulo ng mundo.
You know what I mean?
Especially with that chord progression.
Yeah.
Ang bawat simula
His father.
siya rin katapusan.
Oh, hey.
May patutunguhan ba ang ating
Pause.
sinta?
You see that? What the hell was that
That's
style of
fantastic,
music?
right?
Because it's so nostalgic at the same time, right, Mother? Like it feels like back home. It's like it's like a weird mix between like Simón Díaz and like what Gajillo used to do.
That were called tonadas.
Tonadas. That's
Thanks,
the one, mother. Yes, thank you.
Tonadas. So
Yes.
tonadas were,
The romantic folkloric version of serenading.
but,
Jaranas.
but also they were sometimes monologues of the country.
Yes.
Monologues of nature.
Or declarations of love for the land.
Sometimes they were more patriotic. You
Yes.
Yeah, it was the experiences of people.
know? Right.
Just
It was like a
explained through music.
That's it. It was a journal of people.
Happiness, sadness, romance,
Right.
everything.
Yes.
Thanks, Mother.
Tonadas. Thank you, Mama.
Tonadas. That's what they call it.
You're a blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's
She is.
exactly
Without
where
her,
it
we
takes
wouldn't be
it.
alive. Right?
No, that's completely true. But that's exactly where it takes me. That's the nostalgic feel to it, the chord progression, the descant approach to the harmonies, even the way that the guitars are played. They're so complementary to each other. Back home, it was commonly done. It was common to see them this type of music done with harps
Harp.
and with
Cuatro.
mandolins.
Not mandolin.
Yeah, with mandolins, bro. They used to be very popular.
What?
Yes,
Really?
yes,
You're
100%.
not tripping balls?
No, no. Because I had to sing them.
Oh, right.
Yes, I had to sing, but I just forgot the actual name of the genre.
Tonadas, yeah.
Tonadas. Wow,
Well,
yeah.
that's fucking sick.
That is just, it just hit a different place for me.
That might be
to
one of my
completely
favorites. Now, to close out the show, I thought it might be
We're
interesting.
going out with a bang.
We haven't checked out much of like the urban scene
Yes.
today, and one of the most recent Wish Bus performances, he has one of our mates, JRoa, which I like anything he does.
Yes.
But this is with Alisson Shaw, who we've never checked out.
Kiyo.
Who we've never checked out.
Takiyao.
And Because. And that's actually the name. Because. And they're performing Better Man at the Wish Bus. It's quite a lengthy performance. It's obviously about 5 of them. 4 of them. So let's give it a watch.
Okay. Get your bag. Oh, you got a sax? Come on.
What the fuck?
Yes.
1075.
Ilang araw pa kayang magdadaan pa ang iyong malalaan bago malaman daan ang tinatahak at bigat na yung dalay na sumasobra na kaya kang gumagapang sa iyong sarili.
Look at these crazy motherfuckers bring a saxophonist.
Sabay nalilipad ngunit sa ulap.
And he's out there rapping along to Love it.
Mabago at ang tubig na malabo ay gawing malinis parang di masira ang kandado na sa'yo'y ipapahina dahilan ng iyong pagliwa. Ang pagkuha
Oh,
ng
just John.
hindi ko masigura nagmistula ka natuka sa pastula lang nakulang ang bigay bakit hindi mo pa makuha ang
The saxo guy is taking the vibe.
Saxo guy is low-key
He passed-
gangster.
This
He plays
saxo
the
guy
saxo.
passed the vibe check, okay? He literally is out there living his best life. He's like, I'm about to play the best 13 seconds of your life, but whilst I'm here, I'm gonna live it.
Well, I don't know if it's 13 seconds. He's definitely gonna get a chunk.
Yeah, I know, but
Definitely
like,
gonna get up.
but how cool is that? I love it. Obviously, it's hard to miss because it's bang in the center. I love the vibe here. It is relaxed, it's cool, it's
Yeah, keep going,
vibey.
keep going.
Awesomeness, awesome.
Nilagay nga sa kamay na ng iba Ganun pa mawalang iba Na lalaki sa'yo ang nagmamayari Ako dapat talaga Ibig Hanay mo palagi Kapag ikaw ay ngumiti Sakto sa'yo labi Ang buong ako'y Ikaw lang ang may-ari
We're in that urban R&B song, eh?
Uh-huh.
Gagawin ang lahat kung ako ang pipiliin
I love this guy.
Basta sabihin, I just
Yes,
wanna be
John.
a better man. I just wanna be a better man. Para sa'yo ang lahat ay handa na talikuran. Sumama ka na sa
Let's go.
mundo ay iiwanan. I just wanna be a better man. I just wanna be a better man. Para sa'yo. Lagi kang
hotness.
Malalagi di nagtanas mo'y bango mo. Di makatulog mahimbing pag nakakumo.
He got ice on. Ice.
Nakakunat lagi Binabawalan sa anong gusto gawin mo Ako na lang kasi ang mahalin Sakit ng katawan ako magsisilbi
Okay, John.
Hindi titipirin pagmamahal kahit na singko O kapag kasama ka Ayoko na mag-cellphone Tanong ko naman na sa'yo na ang lahat Ano bang meron ka Ay hindi ko limamin ang pag-ibig kong sikreto
Pag-ibig.
Magkakasta pag-iipunan ko yung presyo O kaya antayin
Did he say dati beso?
Queso.
kaya magkakasta pag-iipunan ko yung presyo
Peso.
O kaya antayin
Pesyo.
sa iisa ba rin naman ang lasa kahit natira Sa ilang daan at tiyasa pa ko pwede naman na
Pwede.
makahinig kahit isa
I wonder what his name is.
Okay, can we have a moment
He's got
for
Pokemon.
his drip?
Pokemon
Yeah.
drip.
Look at this, wait. Okay.
I think they're all Pokemon drips. I don't know what
He's
the
got a
butterflies.
butterfly at the top, and then
That thing. I don't know. I don't know much
Yeah.
Pokemon. Apologies.
Me neither, but wow, how cool
Is
yes.
it? Yeah.
Nice.
No idea what it is. It's like a demon-looking motherfucker.
It's not a demon. It's like a porcupine. From blue.
Ang buong ako'y ikaw lang ang may-ari Ibibigay naman basta sabihin I just wanna be a better man
I just wanna be a better man.
Oh, this is a cruising song, baby.
Sumama ka
Locura.
sa akin at mundo'y a better
Big sax guy.
Here we go.
He's my favorite person there.
Para sa'yo, ikaw lang ang gusto. Hindi pihikanto. Sana lang ramdam mo na di na nga to biro. Para lang sa'yo, ang bilangin ko sana ipagpalain mo ng pag-ibig na gustong gusto na makamit mula
Here we go.
sa'yo.
My man. Yeah.
What a choice! Let's go!
What's his name?
Gagawin ang lahat. Ibibigay mo man basta sabihin, I just wanna be a better man.
John.
Be a better man.
Yeah.
Sa'yo ang lahat ay handang nagtalik.
Para sa'yo.
This is cake for him. Cake.
I just wanna be a better man. I just wanna be a better man. Para sa'yo ang lahat kung ako ang pipiliin. Ibibigay naman basta sabihin, I just wanna be a better man. I just wanna be a better
Nice.
Para sa'yo ang lahat ay handang nagtalikuran. Sumama ka na sa'kin at
This is going straight to my playlist.
Para sa'yo. More, give me more.
Wish.
Oh, come on, more. Yeah.
You see what I mean? That like
Yeah.
this is urban R&B. When was the last time you heard like an urban R&B song, commercial R&B, urban track, like from anywhere else in the world, where they would do an outro like that, bring a saxophonist in that way, in that manner, in a live radio setting?
He ate that.
They're on crack.
He ate that.
These guys are not normal. Their industry in the Philippines is not normal. It's outstanding.
What
And
a
it,
freaking
and it
laugh.
deserves a lot of credit. And I think that's probably the best way to finish that shit, because that's what I think makes that industry so dangerous, commercially speaking. Because you don't really have guys that do this anywhere else.
Yeah, that's right.
At this level, I'm pulling this type of attention. The legend says, the song talks about a man's desire to be better as he woos the person who prompted him into changing for good.
Oh wow! I just want to be a better man.
Para sa'yo.
I love that lahat.
The only issue, obviously, with rap and all this stuff, is that, you know, we don't have yet the resources to be able to, like, have the lyrics before we check them out, or before we do the reviews.
It was really funny. Some of you were like, "You need to have a Filipino on call."
Yeah, like, call one of you, hey, brother.
Hey, what up?
But
What does this
but
mean?
when we record this, it's like 5 a.m.
In the Philippines.
Philippines. When we post it, hopefully it's a bit earlier.
Surprising though, some of you are still up.
No, what do you mean some? So many.
It's like a good chunk of you are like up at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
It's unbelievable, because sometimes, you know, like to post the podcast is actually sometimes quite a hassle. I'd actually, if you'd like to check out last week's and show all the support to that one, because it's one of the most fun ones. It got blocked twice.
Oh,
And the
it
fact
was
that anyone
so
watch it's just still mind blowing. The fact that he has one view, to me, is like mental.
It's actually kind of funny because we're currently like in a little bar tour in the area, right? So
In London, yeah.
in London. So it's kind of hard to keep up with everything that's happening online as well in the weekends. So we
This
tend
week
to
we're
like
having this month we've been having a hard time with that.
yeah. So when the podcast went up and then it got blocked, and I was like, oh no, I thought I had swerved my way around it. And then we tried to fix it, and then it went up at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and nobody got a notification. I was like, oh, this was such a great podcast.
It's so weird because it gets blocked, and then it sort of becomes deleted, sort of thing.
Yeah,
And then-
it's
and then
like nobody knows it existed.
and it becomes unblocked, and it doesn't matter who you speak to. Like
Yeah.
even if the artists are like, no, that's fine, you know, that's fine. It's like it takes a while.
And after it's blocked, it's like the algorithm, it won't help you, basically.
Bollocks, mate.
Yeah.
But and you know, because we know on average like, how many people watch the podcast and stuff, so it pisses me off. But
because it was such a great compilation of great artists. Of course, some of it, like I think some of the best parts were actually had to be taken down, but
one of them.
but it was kind of like hard to work around it. But I hope you do get to watch it. It's probably
it's
linked
good music.
somewhere.
It's from Thailand. It's really good music. I'm sure you'll discover something new, or if not, you'll discover at least some new songs.
That's right.
And apart from that, guys, thank you so much for the support. I do apologize if this week's were a bit, it's a bit more hectic than usual. But yeah, we are trying our best. Feel free to go to futurefridaystore.com. Show Walucha's merchandise drop, limited edition. You can only get it until the end of March.
Yes.
After that, you won't be able to get it anymore. Thank you so much for those already purchasing.
Yeah, you guys are awesome.
From that,
thank you all for tuning in on Feature Friday station. We love
the
checking
live
you out
stream.
on the live stream. It's such a fun.
If you came from there, let us know.
That's right. All right. See
Goodbye.
you later. Goodbye.